Right, guys, welcome to today's live stream. It is the Western Province up against the Cheetahs, and we should be in for a cracking game today. It is Currie Cup. It's not what it used to be, but yeah, let's see if there's any good coming from this game today. It is Easter, and happy Easter to everybody that celebrates Easter. For those of you who don't, well, let the normal day continue then. So let me also know what you guys think is going to happen today. We know that the Cheetahs are well and truly at full strength, while the Western Province are playing basically with a second string side. We will be going through that just shortly, but it is going to be interesting to see whether this development Western Province team can live up to the expectations today, really, because that is what it is today. The Currie Cup has become the Vodacom Cup of the past, and it is the breeding ground for the youngsters these days. So let's see if there's some gems that will develop out of this Currie Cup squad for them as well. Um, Let me also know who you guys think are some of the standout players in this Currie Cup competition so far. And then also, I do have the question up on the channel as well on the poll. Should the Cheetahs be joining the URC? Let me know what you guys think. And yeah, it has been a talking point for some time, and we know that the Cheetahs have been neglected quite a bit by SA Rugby in the past. So we've had 33 votes so far, with 82% saying yes, they should be joining the URC, and then 18% said no. Would love to know the reason why people say that they shouldn't be in the URC. Let me know there as well. And then obviously you guys can support the channel by becoming members of the channel as well, starting as low as 20 Rand per month. It will help the channel quite a bit, as yeah, sometimes monetization do take place, other times it don't. I'm still not quite sure why sometimes it doesn't work. But anyway, let's quickly go and run through the team lineups for today's game. We'll start with the Western Province, and we've got Tristan Late, Sergio Peterson, Jean de Jong, Cornel Smith, Angelo Davids, Tim Swiel, and Gotland Masimla. Cornel Smith, the number 12 there, obviously on the thumbnail for this video as well today. One of the youngsters coming through very nicely in this competition. Tristan Lates at fullback, haven't really played the world on fire, but is still young and is developing into a really good player as well. And Sergio Peterson obviously want to prove himself. The likes of Sabella Sanatla as well as Leland Zas keeping him out of the starting berth for the Stormers at the moment. So we'll see what Sergio Peterson can come up with today. Jean de Jong, experienced Springbok player. I haven't seen him playing quite a bit, so it will be good to see how he fares today. I haven't done a lot of Currie Cup games as of late, as you guys know. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. Jean de Jong there, 13, Cornel Smith. And Angelo Davids also being kept out of the Stormers side at the moment by the two players that we've mentioned earlier. So these two, in Sergio Peterson and Angelo Davids, will really want to prove their worth here in this Western Province side. And then Tim Swiel and Gotland Masimla as well. Tim Swiel at one stage being the number one fly-off for the Stormers. So, yeah, he's now been demoted to the Western Province Currie Cup side. And I must say that Manny Libok has been quite exceptional for the Stormers. So he'll definitely have to have a very good game if he wants to make a difference. Same with Gotland Masimla down in the pecking order, Paul de Wet, as well as Herschel Yankees keeping him out of the Stormers side at the moment. So this is basically a trial match with a lot of these backline players. I mean, Sergio Peterson, Jean de Jong, Cornel Smith, Angelo Davids, well, basically all of them do stand in line to play for the Stormers as well. Then looking at the forwards, Keke Morabe, Marcel Tennyson, Noah Kaba, Connor Evans, Ben Jason Dixon, Sazi Zandi, JJ Kotze, and Ali Vermaak. Keke Morabe has been quite impressive at number 8 for the Western Province as of late. Marcel Tennyson not getting the game time that's really required at this stage. Same with Namakaba, a very well gel player with a bright future ahead of him. But yeah, it's it's, there's so many good players. Dion Fourie has come back from overseas playing some exceptional rugby, likes of Junior Pokamela, Chiva Diamani, Evan Roos, all shining for the Stormers at the moment, and Namakava just finding himself leading this Western Province side at the moment. So, yeah, a lot to prove for some of these guys, the likes of Connor Evans, Ben Jason Dixon, all youngsters. Sazi Zandi and Ali Vermaak, the more experienced guys, and JJ Kotze also wanting to stamp a little bit of authority. So, yeah, a lot to play for against a very good Cheetah side. We can quickly go and have a look at their starting lineup as well. One comment coming in from Mursabas so far. Hope everything is okay, Mr. Guru. You didn't do the Sharks Lions game last week. Anyway, I hope you're okay. Yeah, so what happened is my brother came to visit me for the week, and yeah, we did the Stormers Bulls game, and yeah, I felt sorry for him. He was sitting all alone there in the living room, not really a big rugby fan, so I decided, now let's just leave it. And I'm not disappointed that I didn't leave it or that I did leave it, because it was a very sloppy game, to say the least, in the weather conditions that was. So, yeah, and then Albert Tritter says Cheetahs by 9 points. I think they deserve a spot in the URC. The Witness Willie says, let's go Cheetahs. And then Mikel Pinar says, afternoon, Mr. Guru, Western Province. And then Albert says, betting odds, Western Province 3.42, draw 23, Cheetahs 1.35. Cheetahs firm favorites, absolutely. And then Clarence Lowe says, traditionally, these two teams play attacking style of rugby. And yeah, that's like what Casper, the flag man, had to say about his Cheetahs. Why he loved the Cheetahs so much is because they play a running rugby game. So let's quickly go and have a look at this Cheetah lineup today. Cohen Jasper, Dan Kasande, David Brits on the cover of the thumbnail as well. Francois Steyn, Roscoe Speckman, Reinhard Fortuin, and Ruan Pinar. Some really good players in that backline with the likes of Francois Steyn, Roscoe Speckman, and Ruan Pinar, all Springboks there. Then the likes of Cohen Jasper, the youngster, and David Brits, I rate him very highly. Think he's got a bright future at the Cheetahs as well. It's just a matter of using him in the right times of the game and in the right situations as well. But I am a big fan of David Brits. And then obviously Reinhard Fortuin, also not a bad player, developing very nicely as well. And Dan Kasande, also one of those players coming from, I think, the Pumas to the Cheetahs. And yeah, they're looking good. Then looking at the forwards of this Cheetah side, Jean-André Rudolph, Andisen Tsilla, Gideon van der Merwe, Victor Sekekete, Aiden Davis, Ranus Kutsia, Louis van der Westhuizen, and then Alulu to Chakweni there in the front row as well for them. So players that I'm really looking forward to see play is the likes of Jean-André Rudolph and Gideon van der Merwe. I think two exceptional players. I don't think that either one of those two players would have done any injustice to one of the URC teams. So, yeah, I would have loved to have seen Jean-André Rudolph maybe in one of the franchises. Same with Gideon van der Merwe, who's now joined up with him from the Griquas. Some really quality players in this Free State setup. And the few games that I've seen Chakweni play as well, he's looked pretty decent as well. And then Seke Kete also, which I never get to pronounce correctly, is also not playing too badly for the Cheetah side as well. And then Mikel Pinar says, VP Lakadeng Province. And then Clarence Lowe says, Springbok coach will have enough job side on youth experience and form. So we discussed that a little bit last week with the likes of Evan Roos not joining the alignment camp. A lot have been said about Elrich Lowe and Evan Roos, which guy suits the Springbok setup better. I think they're making a tremendous big mistake by leaving out Evan Roos in that Springbok alignment camp, if you want to put it that way. Whether he will be joining the second one, we'll have to wait and see. But I think they're making a massive mistake, because I think Evan Roos could have been one of our special weapons at the Rugby World Cup in 2023. But that left there for now. We'll see how the squad develop. Obviously going for more experience at the moment, but we'll see. Mursabas says, any ideas how come how can some Cheetahs, EP, and all the other unions top players can be recruited or drafted to the top unions? Yeah, it all comes down to sorry, all comes down to money, and unfortunately, Eastern Province just don't have it, and the Cheetahs are not one of the most prolific unions when it comes to finances, and that's why they're a breeding ground for some top players. I mean, if you go through this Cheetah lineup again and you think of the players that could easily be wrapped up by other unions, the likes of David Brits, Frans Steyn, Roscoe Speckman, and Ruan Pienaar could have easily have played at other unions. But I think the fact that Frans Steyn and Ruan Pienaar are coming towards the end of their careers, that's why they've decided to settle in Bloemfontein. And yeah, they're basically very important players to the side. I mean, Cohen Jasper, is he international quality? Maybe not. Is Kasande? No, maybe not. David Brits and Roscoe Speckman obviously could easily join other unions for more money. And then Reinhard Fortuin could develop into a really good player. And then the likes of Jean-André Rudolph and Gideon van der Merwe, and also the likes of Chakweni could easily get bigger contracts with other unions as well in the future. Let's quickly go and have a look at the benches for these two sides. For the Western Province, you've got Lucanio, Vokozela, Kwesi Blows, Lee Marvin Mazibuko, Simon Miller, Jared Taylor, Bobby Alexander, Kate Volhutter, and then Ndombo Zwelendaba. So not a lot of known players there in that on that bench, to be quite honest with you. I haven't seen Vokozela play before. I haven't seen much of Simon Miller. I haven't seen Jared Taylor and Bobby Alexander. I know Kate Volhutter is probably one of the standout players there on the bench for this Western Province side. And it will be interesting to see how long he will still stay at the Western Province, given the fact that Manny Libok is performing the way that he is doing at the moment. And, well, probably the second choice fly off at the moment if it wasn't for injury. So it will be interesting. And then for the Cheetahs on the bench, we've got Manus van der Merwe, Cameron Dawson, Marnay Kutsia, Oki Barnard, Lali Mosi, Ruan Creer, Brandon Thompson, and Robert Eberson. Likes of Robert Eberson, exceptional player. Lali Mosi has been showing some good form in the matches that I've seen him play. And then obviously Marnus van der Merwe, also a quality player there for them. So at the end of the day, you think of this home ground advantage for the Western Province, not a bad side. But if you look at momentum and just cohesion of the two teams, I would probably say that the Cheetahs should win this game quite comfortably, to be honest. And given the fact that they are playing with their full-strength squad and that they are a settled team in the Currie Cup, you'd expect them to basically run away this game by a good margin. And I think that is why the bookies went for such a good, such a big margin of victory for them. 1.35, you only get 35 Rand back on 100 Rand bets. So it just clearly shows you, and away from home, that is a massive advantage. So, yeah, Cheetahs currently on 26 lock points, 2 games less than the Bulls. Victory here today with 5 points will push them up to 31, just behind the Bulls. But with the game in hand, the Sharks have already played 8 games. They're getting the 2-point share with the Bulls because of the weather conditions that's so terrible in KwaZulu-Natal at the moment. So, yeah, it's like I say, I'm not the biggest fan of the Currie Cup at the moment. It used to be the premium rugby competition in South Africa, but yeah, as the years went past, it just became more like the Vodacom Cup to me, and it's a pity, but it's true. And again, people can let me know in the comment section what they think about the Currie Cup. But for me personally, I just think it's maybe a breeding ground for a couple of good youngsters to come through and showcase their class. Sparrow Maravilha says Currie Cup is trash this year. I would say it's trash, Sparrow. Again, it just comes down to the fact that there's not enough quality players in this competition. I mean, Yes, people are complaining about the Sharks buying a lot of Springbok players like the likes of Etzebeth and possibly now Rowan Jansen van Rensburg. The Storm is probably getting Loot de Jager, hopefully, and a lot of other players coming back to South Africa. And that's what you want to see. But I don't think we will see them that much in Currie Cup anyway. And it is sad, but it's unfortunately true. And if you look at a lot of these players and you ask how many are actually quality players that could perform in Super Rugby or URC, then only a handful of players really put up their hand to say we are quality players and we can play in a quality competition. But unfortunately, it is what it is. You know, again, you can't look at guys like Francois Steyn and Ruan Pienaar for consistency because Ruan Pienaar is at the prime of his career. Francois Steyn will probably still make it to the World Cup next year, hopefully, if he stays injury free. And yeah, we've seen, well, an example of Evan Roos, for example, that it's going to be so hard to knock these guys out of the squad anyway. So, yeah, Clarence Lowe says half of the matches won in a tight five. Mursabas says Harvey's Footy is a very underrated coach. Would have been a better coach and better fit for a team like the Lions. He should coach at higher level. And we've spoken about this, and I'm probably just a little bit too lazy to actually make a video about this, Mursabas. But the likes of Harvey's Footy and also Jimmy Stonehouse, if that is correct, from the Pumas, quality coaches. I mean, Lions are struggling with Ivan van Rooyen, and the Sharks are struggling with Sean Everett. While these two guys could have easily slotted in, Harvey's could have coached the Lions, and Jimmy could have been at the Sharks, and I think they would have made a massive difference to the two teams. And yeah, don't get me wrong, I'm a massive Sharks fan, and I won't complain if they win, but I'm so fed up with the way that they're playing that I would rather see them lose than actually perform well. Because at the end of the day, we've seen it in the last couple of seasons. The Sharks are a maybe, well, not a maybe side, but what's the word? A close to winner material, close to championship material, but they always fall at that last hurdle. We've seen it in the Super Rugby, what you would call it, before we moved to the URC, that silly competition we did. We lost to the Bulls, we lost the Currie Cup, we lost, yeah, basically every final in the last couple of seasons. And yeah, it's not something that I want to do. I don't want to be that nearly side. We need a good coach that can settle in and win the trophies. And I think the same goes with the Lions and the Bulls as well. They don't just want to be there towards the end. And yeah, I think John Dobson has come away with a lot. He did get a lot of criticism before the Stormers start playing better. And maybe it's just about time and management. I know that Stormers management was really poor. I honestly didn't rate John Dobson as a coach, but he's been doing well with the team that he's got. And I guess as long as they're playing some attractive rugby and they're winning, then it's a different scenario where the Sharks are winning, but they're playing very unattractive, poor rugby. And I think the Lions are still a young side, developing nicely, but they needed a stronger personality to take them that step further. And I don't think Ivan van Rooyen is that guy. So yeah, a lot of discussions on the coaching abilities of some of the guys currently there. Sparrow says, "What are your thoughts on Evan Roos not being part of the Springbok alignment camp?" I did say earlier that I'm thinking that they're making a massive mistake by not including him. I do rate Elrich low, but is he worth more than Evan Roos for that box side? I doubt it. And Albert says maybe the Currie Cup needs a team from Argentina, such as the Pampas, to help lift the standards. Well, I don't know, Albert. I don't know if you've been following the competition that the Jaguares are playing in right now, but they are getting beaten by basically all the sides at the moment. It's as if they don't care anymore. Since they've been out of Super Rugby, the team have basically disbanded, and a lot of those teams that they are playing against are buying some of those Argentina players. Teams from Chile and teams from Brazil are all buying Argentina players. So they're all spread across the competition. They're getting beaten on a weekly occasion. So I don't know if that would have been the difference that we need. I think we should personally go back to strength versus strength and include the Springboks into the Currie Cup. But I don't just don't see how it's going to work because there's so much rugby during the year, and it's sad. It's really sad for the Currie Cup to have lost so much value over the years. It was something that I personally never missed. The Currie Cup was something quite exceptional for me, and as the years went by, I just didn't care anymore. You know, Super Rugby URC now, it just dominated how I felt about the Currie Cup. I only started watching the Currie Cup when the Springboks were available by the time that the semi-finals come by. So, yeah, it's sad but true. Rowan L says, hi, Currie, how's it going, Rowan? And then Gordon McIntyre says, Cheetahs in Lions out. And then LB says, VP, probably Yo Lakadang. And looking back at the poll so far, we've got 53 votes. Should the Cheetahs be part of the UFC? 83% says yes. 17 says no. Well, the referee for today's game is going to be AJ Jacobs, and probably not a terrible referee. We've seen the referee or the referees being really terrible as of late, and he's probably one of those that's not too terrible. And then also Egan Seconds will be the TMO for this one. Right, so we're almost about to get this game started. We're just waiting for the teams to make their way onto the field, and then we will get this Currie Cup game underway. And hopefully we'll see some good running, attractive rugby. Albie says Currie Cup has become a third-rate competition, sadly, which is true. It's very true. Sparrow says, Jeff van der Roos is the only man since they announced the box squad that has been on form. He has not had one bad game. And that is true. He's been quite exceptional for the last 2 seasons, to be quite honest. So, yeah, I don't know what the game plan is that the Bok coaches want to implement, but we'll see how it goes. Achilles says, Cheetahs for the win. And I'm going to put you on the spot, Achilles, and I'm going to ask you how many tries are the Cheetahs going to score and what the margin is going to be. Tell me the exact score there. Right, so we're now finally moving on to the game, and yeah, should be coming onto the field anytime now. Again, the Currie Cup lock. Let's see if we can pull that up for you guys real quickly. Let's have a look at the standings. And there we go. So currently that is the lock. The Bulls on top with 30. Well, I think this is not updated yet. So the Bulls will now have 32 points after the 8 matches played. And the Cheetahs with a chance, well, to just draw 1 point closer with a bonus point win here today. With a game in hand, obviously, and then the Sharks now moving up to 24 points after their 8 games. So the Cheetahs, not the Cheetahs, but the Griquas still very much in the hunt to surpass them. And then, yeah, the Western Province need a win desperately here today. If they don't get a win here today, it could just as well be tickets for them anyway. So, yeah, it's sad, but it's true. Western Province down in 6th place in a competition that they share with the Bulls of being probably the 2 most successful teams in the history of the Currie Cup. Albie says Roos needs to be in the box setup, and Sparrow says I think they're clearly going bring him in the squad when Dwayne retires. Yeah. No, look, we've got the likes of Dwayne Vermeulen, we've got Jasper Visser, we now have Elrich Lowe, all young, well, 2 youngsters that can easily take over from Dwayne Vermeulen. But personally, I would have said Jeff van der Roos would have been more valuable in that Springbok setup. I think he could have been one of the standout players of the competition. But anyway, LB says Rua's playing as good as Dwayne now, which is true. So maybe just going for that experience, maybe LB, I don't know. And then Yuri Potgieter says Guru Cheetah should win by 8 to 10 points. Prediction 28-19. And then Cheetahs to win with between 6 and 13 points. So Cheetahs' final score will be between 36-35 in Western Province with a close margin. And then Achilles says, I'm watching the game live now too. And then Albie says, Box might have the best depth in the world for all forward positions. Absolutely, Albie. So I'm seeing that the guys are going with quite a close margin of victory in this game, but I'm gonna be that guy today and say that the Cheetahs are going to win this game by 20 points plus, to be quite exact. Not a bad Western Province side, but I think just the experience of this Cheetah side and the cohesion and just the go forward momentum of this Cheetah side should be way too strong for this Cheetah side today. Achilles says the Bulls has quite a few people picked for the Bokke. Elrich Lowe, one of them, and that makes me happy. Yeah, Elrich Lowe deserves it, and no problem having him there. I'm just really angry that Evan Roos isn't there, and then I'm so happy for the fact that Ruan Norkia has been called up. I'm looking forward to see what he can do as well. And then Shark Prince says, yes, John, my phone not charge, Marcus here. No problem, Shark Brain. Thanks for tuning in. So we're about to get this game underway. It is going to be the Cheetahs to kick this game off, and hopefully we should be in for a very interesting game. So the Cheetahs playing from right to left on my screen. Let's get this game underway with the kickoff from Reinhard Fortuin. It is a deep kicking inside the 22, taken up by the Marcel Tienersen for the Western Province up to the 22-meter line. Now taken back to Tim Swill, who goes with a kick up into the air, a little bit under pressure, but beautifully taken by Francois Steyn up over the 10-meter line of the Western Province. Now Ruan Pienaar waiting for it. Gets it back to Gideon van der Merwe. He sets it up on the 10-meter line in the middle of the field for them. Ruan Pienaar again. Reinhard Fortuin throws a little dummy, tries to go on his own. Held up beautifully there by Ali Vermaak, just up over the 10-meter line. Given back now, Gideon van der Merwe again making some good ground. Now Ruan Pienaar, Francois Steyn, out to David Brits, to Gideon van der Merwe again. He gets the pass out beautifully to Kasande. Still up over the 10-meter line, still going is Kasande, now brought down. Ruan Pienaar again, gets it out now, Francois Steyn. Francois Steyn to Reinhard Fortuin. Reinhard Fortuin to Francois Steyn again on the 10-meter line. Long cut pass now to Roscoe Speckman, steps past two, but he knocks the ball on in the tackle. Well, it's actually knocked on by the Western Province as the referee. Play on. Now Ruan Pienaar waiting for it between the 10 and the 22. Now taken up by Jasper Cohen. Tackled back in the tackle there, back to the 10-meter line. Now Gideon van der Merwe again. Good defense from the Western Province early on here. Now Ruan Pienaar, back it comes Reinhard Fortuin. Francois Steyn with a little cross kick to Kasande. Kasande tried to take it, but into touch it goes. So it will be a line out to the Western Province on the 10-meter line inside their own half. Exciting start here from the Cheetahs, and the Western Province defense holding out very valiantly at the moment. Right, Achilles says, my guess is Cheetahs to score 4 to 6 tries and Western Province to score 2 to 3, maybe 4 if they're lucky. And then Musabar says, Province going to win by 1 point finish. Province going to play above themselves. Hunger is a different animal. Right, let's have a look here. The throw from JJ Kotze, stolen by the Cheetahs now. And here they come now. Ntsila takes it up to the 10-meter line again of the Western Province. Ruan Pienaar now waiting for it. Gets it out to Reinhard Fortuin. Long cut out pass to Roscoe Speckman behind the advantage line. Gets it out to Jasper Cohen. Between the 10 and the halfway line now. Speckman at scrum off. Gets it out to Fortuin. Francois Steyn with a wobbly little grubber kick into the hands of Tristan Lakes now. He's going to kick it downfield. Oh, it's another wobbly kick, and it goes into touch on the 10-meter line of the Cheetahs this time. Don't know how the wind is influencing this game, but we've seen 2 wobbly kicks so far, both from the Cheetahs and the Western Province. Achilles says, Guru, for every try Western Province get, you take a shot of whatever you have to drink, and every time Cheetahs, I'll take a shot. No, 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 no. That's not going to work. Right. I can't see if you're actually drinking yours. So I've got mine here, but I don't know if you've got yours. Right. Thrown from the Cheetahs. Sakete takes it up now for them. Reinhard Fortuin with a high up and under. Chase coming from Jean-André Rudolph. Big tackle on Angela Davids, but it's a penalty for a high tackle to the Western Province. Marginally high there from Jean-André Rudolph. But yeah, it is a penalty to the Western Province on a 10-meter line inside their own half. And Tim Swill to kick this downfield. He's going to find touch round about between the 10 and the 22 of the Cheetahs. You'll send me a video on WhatsApp every time I take a shot to show you. No, it's not going to happen, Achilles. Not today. Barry Green says, Happy Easter, Guru. And thanks, Barry. Same to you. Here comes the Western Province now. Tennyson. That's it up to the similar Tim Swill now on a look around. Sergio Peterson out to Tristan Late. Puts a little kick in for Angela Davids. Oh, the touchline is going to win it so close. And Angela Davids would have been into the corner for the Western Province. Line out to the Cheetahs, 5 meters from their own try line. Right, so a good start here from the Western Province, putting the pressure on the Cheetahs. Right, here we go now with the throw in here to the Cheetahs. It is Louis van der Westhuizen to throw this one in for the Cheetahs. Sekakete takes it. It's a little bit wobbly. It's taken by the Western Province, but a little knock on from them. Oh, just short of the try line, and now advantage to the Cheetahs. Just 3 meters from their own try line. Ron Pinot waiting for it. Looks like he is going to put this over the top. No, gets it out to Francois Steiner, puts it on the boot. A low kick from him, not going to find touch. Now chance here for the Western Province to attack from halfway. It is Tristan Lates, gets the pass out to Sergio Peterson, left behind. Tackled by Roscoe Speckman over the halfway line. Western Province have got possession just inside their own half now. Godlin Masimlak, he gets it out to Tim Swill, goes high up into the air. Chase coming from the Western Province, but Francois Stein underneath. It gets the pass out to Reinhard Fortuin. Quick hands here from the Cheetahs, but a forward pass from Jasper Cohen. It's going to give a scrum down to the Western Province just inside Cheetahs half. Both teams looking to run with this ball at times, and Francois Stein taking no time to get rid of that ball after he caught it. But too quick of hands for Jasper Cohen, who gets the forward pass in there. Right, so Achilles says, why is our DSTV all said of everyone else? Guru only was by the sideline now. Western Province will attack already by then. Yeah, so there is about a 2-minute or 3-minute delay on the stream of it on YouTube. So I do watch it live on DSTV, but the stream is about 2-3 minutes behind. Well, 10-20 seconds ahead of everyone else. Right, so here comes Scotland Masimla now with the throw in. Just pause your DSTV for a couple of seconds and then it will be aligned. Right, Scotland Masimla out to Cornell Smith now. Tim Swill out to Tristan Lates. He's into space up to the 22-meter line. He goes, gets the pass back inside to Angela Davids, just 5 meters from the try line. He's stopped. Now Scotland Masimla out to Namakava. Namakava tackled by Jean-André Rudolph, held up in the tackle. Just 2 meters short of the try line is the Western Province now. Waiting for it now. Godlin Masimla to pick up and go from the Western Province forwards now. Marcel Tennyson tries to go just a meter short now. Masimla back to Tim Swill. Tim Swill tries to go on his own. Held up in the tackle by Reinhard Fortuin. 5 meters from the try line now. Namakava pick up and go. Gets the pass out to Tennyson again. Still 5 meters up on the Western Province. Pick up and go again now from the Western Province. Let's slow down a bit now. Keke Murabe, pick up and go from him. Still 4 meters out from the try line. Penalty to the Western Province. Quickly taken by Masimla. Gets the pass out. Try time, JJ Kotza. But the referee's going to call him back for the penalty. Not taken on the mark. And the Cheetahs survived the Western Province onslaught there. Right in the middle of the field. 5 meters from the post. The Western Province are looking to tap and go with this one. 8 minutes gone in this one. And the Western Province well and truly on the attack. Here they come now. Godlin is similar. Back it comes to Murabe. Still 5 meters out. Oh, another penalty advantage here for the Western Province. And the Cheetahs need to be very careful. They could be giving away a yellow card here. 8.5 minutes gone. Jean-Andre Rudolph gives away the penalty here. Still 5 meters from the try line. What are they going to do with this one? And Tim Swill is going to kick this one to the corner for them. Right, so line out now to the Western Province, 5 meters from the try line. And yeah, Cheetah's very lucky to get away with that one. Let's see if the Western Province can maul them over here for a try. Right, JJ Kotze now with the throw-in, goes to the back to Marcel Tiersen. It's been overthrown, but beautifully picked up by Cornel Smith now. 4 meters from the try line, and he nearly got, oh, the Cheetahs have stolen this one, and Ruan Pinock gets away with it, kicks it downfield. Nobody at the back for the Western Province. Ball running all over the halfway line. Now the pass comes back from Angela Davids to Tristan Light. Tackled by Gideon van der Merwe. Western Province losing ground here on their own 10-meter line now. And having to settle there at the ruck now. And it's going to be another penalty to the Western Province. Playing the ball on the ground by David Brits, the outside centre. Or was it Jean-Andre Rudolph again? So 10 minutes gone in this one. And it's another penalty to the Western Province on their own 10-meter line now this time. Tim Swill puts it on the boot, and it's going to find touch right on the 22-meter line. Right, so Western Province slipping up there, not able to take the points on offer. And now they've got another line out here right on the 22-meter line. 4 penalties conceded by the Cheetahs already. Right, so just inside the Cheetahs half, well, 22 now. It's going to be JJ Kotze to throw in this line out for them. Right, can the Western Province capitalize on this time? It's Tiersen who takes it up. The maul has been formed by them now. And here comes the driving maul from the Western Province, something that they should have done before. And now it's going to be, it's going to be a penalty against the Western Province. Not quite sure what the call was there. Players not, the backline not back 10 meters. Well, that's an interesting penalty given against the Western Province. And the Cheetahs can now kick this downfield between the 10 and the 22 inside their own half. And Francois Steyn will find touch here. Let's see, the touch judge running all the way inside the 22 of the Western Province now. So I'm guessing around 15 meters out from the Western Province try line. Sharkbrain says Western Province fans are still hopeful. Right, throwing coming from Louis van der Westhuizen now for the Cheetahs inside the 22 of the Western Province. Yeah, it's about 15 meters out from the Western Province try line, taken beautifully by the Cheetahs, and now maul formed by them. Zayden Davis who took it in, and still coming as the Cheetahs now. Penalty advantage to them about 10 meters out, and the referee gives the penalty as well, AJ Jacobs. And will be interesting to see whether the Cheetahs go for touch from here. Looks like Pino is already setting it up to go for touch. And 5 meters out from the Western Province try line now. It's the Cheetahs who can possibly get the first points of the game. So Western Province having enough opportunities to open up the account. And it's just about getting the basics right, which they haven't done so far. Achilles. Line out Louis van der Westhuizen to throw this one in. Let's see if they can form another maul. So Keke has lost that line out, and Angela Davids having to regroup that ball after the ball got stolen by the Western Province, but they couldn't secure that ball, and it's going to be a 5-meter scrum down to the Cheetahs. Angela Davids under a lot of pressure there. Killy says, did you know Guru can bench press 250 kilograms? He can run the 100 meter in under 7 seconds. And he punches faster than Bruce Lee. And he hits harder than the Terminator. Goodness gracious. That would have been quite something. Right, so 5 meters scrum on the Western Province try line for the Cheetahs here. 52% territory to the Cheetahs, 48% to the Western Province. Ruan Pinar to feed this ball in for them. Shark Ready is Gurietzev's brother. Right, Pinar with the feet here. Masimla putting the pressure on Pinar, but it looks like the scrum going up, but they do get it out. Reinhard Fortuin out to Francois Steyn. He straightens the line up just about 4 meters out now. Here comes Jean-André Rudolph. Rudolph just 2 meters out from the try line, right in the middle of the field. It's going to be a try here to the Cheetahs, and it's the lucid prop who gets it. It is Chakweni who gets over for the first try of this game, and the Western Province are on the back foot. The Cheetahs, it's taken them 14 minutes, but they're on to the board, and it's the lucid prop to Chakweni who gets the first try of this game. Western Province putting the pressure on for about 12 of the 14 minutes so far, but it's the Cheetahs who get away with the first points of the game. Utsubar says, want to see Spectacular Angela Davids. Right, so 5 points to 0. The Cheetahs now leading, make that 7 points to 0 after about 14 and a half minutes gone in this game. Right, it is 7 points to 0 then, and it's the Cheetahs now leading after about 15 minutes of play. Right, here comes the restart from Tim Sweel now. And it's a short kickoff taken by Reinhard Fortuin just outside the 22 of the Cheetahs. Ruan Pinar waiting for it again now. Gets it out to Francois Steyn. Oh, it's been charged down by the Western Province. And it gets back to the Cheetahs, but David Pretz have knocked it on. It's going to be a scrum now for the Western Province, 15 meters out from the Cheetahs try line, right in the middle of the field. Wow. Just as the Cheetahs find momentum, it's the Western Province on the front foot again. And another great attacking opportunity for them. As they just blew it a couple of minutes ago on a Cheetahs try line. And the Cheetahs managing to capitalize from a penalty and score the first try of the game. Can the Western Province now hit back again? Shark Brand says, Guru, you moet klein appies vat, chom. Must take a little bit bigger because otherwise it's gonna be watery by the time the halftime comes, Shark Brain. Right, so Godlin Masimla now with the feet to the scrum. Keke Marabe controlling at the back of this scrum here for the Western Province. Masimla waiting to get this one out for them. Now gets it out. It's Cornell Smith. He's going to straighten the line. Tackle by Ruan Pinar, but offside from the Cheetahs. And the ball has been ripped by Jean-André Rudolph, but penalty for offside by Ruan Pinar. And the Western Province looks like they are going to take the 3 points here. Let's see what Namakaba decide. AJ Jacobs just waiting for the call. Yeah, they're going to have a shot at goal. So taking the points on offer this time. Well, in fact, it was a high tackle from Ruan Pinar. A little bit too high there from Ruan Pinar. And lucky not to get a bigger sanction there. But 7 points to 0 it is. And the penalty coming up here for the Western Province. Just don't swallow the ice, says Shark Brain. I'll try my best. Right, so Tim Sweel to put the Western Province onto the board for the first time in this game now. And right in front, gets it over. And it's 7 points to 3 after about 17 and a half minutes gone in this one. So far, it's been error-ridden. And, yeah, teams not taking the opportunities, really. Right, so the restart now coming from the Cheetahs. 18 minutes gone in this one. Francois to restart this one for the Cheetahs now. Goes up high into the air. It's a deep kickoff inside the 22, taken by Marcel Tienersen now. He takes it up inside, still inside the 22 of the Western Province. Godlin Masimla now waiting for it. Gets it back now and taken up by the forwards, just working it inside the 22, trying to set up a possible kick here for Masimla. Masimla is going to go with the box kick, and he is going to look for touch, and he's not going to find it. Jasper Cohen has got it now for the Cheetahs. Here he comes up to the 10-meter line for the Cheetahs now. Ruan Pinar waiting for it. Sakakete takes it up to the 10-meter line. Now Ruan Pinar back. It comes now to Louis van der Westhuizen. He's a little bit isolated, but they do get it back now. Reinhard Fortuin, Francois Steyn with a little grabber kick through. Straight into the hands of Tristan Leitz, who puts it on the boot. Straight down the middle of the field into the hands of Francois Steyn again. Now just outside his own 22, he's going to go for a massive kick. And not going to find touch into the hands of Angelo David. He gets it back to Tim Swill inside the 22-meter line. Kick downfield. Not going to find touch again. Now Ruan Pinard just outside his own 22. Goes high up into the air. Reinhard Fortuin chasing after it. So wobbly little kick taken by Tim Swill. Now Tristan Leitz. Tristan Leitz tackled by Reinhard Fortuin on the 10-meter line of the Western Province. Quick ball needed now. Masimla gets it back now to Tim Swill. Puts it on the boot. Slips while he kicks it. And not going to find touch into the hands of Ruan Pinar now. Ruan Pinar puts it downfield. It's a lot of kicking at the moment. Now Tristan Leitz on his own 10-meter line. He's going to look for the kick downfield, looking for a bit of space. This one is going to roll just short of the 22 and into touch. So it's going to be a line out to the Cheetahs, 5 meters outside of their own 22. Well, like I say, a lot of kicking. Shark Brain says, spoiler alert, penalty stormers. No, man. Right, so line out now to the Cheetahs here, 5 meters outside of their own 22, but they have stopped the play just for a second here as Chakweni are receiving some attention. Right, so let's have a look. 80 votes so far. Should the Cheetahs be part of the URC? 85% have said yes, while 15% have said no. So one should expect the Cheetahs to really win the Western Province by quite a big margin here if they seriously want to be seen as a URC quality team. So we'll see how it goes. Right, so Musabar says, Mr. Guru, look like someone is filling that glass every time. The fluids stay every time the same. Who's filling that glass? Nobody. I'm telling you, it's the ice that's melting that's making it look like it's refilling the whole time. But it's just the ice. The ice are melting. Right, here we go again. Let's just see what the referee decided. They missed the last play here. So after 20 minutes of play, the lineout was taken by the Cheetahs quickly and then knocked on by the Cheetahs as well. So it should be a scrum down to the Western Province right on the 22-meter line. Right, so scrum down to the Western Province. Just outside the 22 of the Cheetahs. Achilles says, Guru, I hope wifey will like me when I come visit. My face tends to make people hate me. No, don't worry. We'll sort it out when it comes to the time. Right, so Masimla now with the throw in to this scrum here, gets it out to Sergio Peterson. Sergio Peterson tackled just short of the 22-meter line. Another penalty against the Cheetahs. Hands in the ruck. And this time it's Gideon van der Merwe who gets penalized. Musabar says, nice, Mr. Guru. I'm not Yilda. Right, so what are the Western Province going to do here? It's about 5 meters from the right-hand touchline. They are not going to kick it goal. They are going to go for touch here. Shark Brain says, just wear a Shark jersey, Achilles. Everyone will like you. Yeah, no, wear a Shark jersey and you're more than welcome. Right, Ruan Pinar has now made his second high tackle of this game. And although he wasn't pinned for it this time round, he needs to be careful with the tackles. He tends to go in a little bit too high. Line out here to the Western Province, 5 meters from the Cheetahs try line. 52% possession to the Western Province at the moment. Right, throw in, taken by the Western Province this time. Now the driving maul has been set up by them. And Connor Evans and Ben Jason Dixon struggling at line-out time for this Western Province side. Now Marcel Tiersen tries to work his way over the advantage line. Now this time it's again taken up by Connor Evans. Now Masimla, big counter-ruck here from the Cheetahs, putting the Western Province under a lot of pressure. Losing ground as well now, just about 15 meters out from the try line again. Godlin Masimla now trying to get out wide. Tim Swill back to Cornell Smith, straightening the line. Tackled by Francois Stein beautifully. Still 15 meters out. Now it's taken up by Connor Evans again. Over that ball quickly was Gideon van der Merwe, and he steals that ball for the Cheetahs. But another big counter-ruck here from the Western Province might have got it for them. Yes, they do get it. Now it's taken up by Angelo Davids. Still 15 meters out. Penalty to the Western Province again. And the referee wants a word with Ruan Pinar. This time it's Gasende playing that ball on the ground. And let's see what well, I can't hear what the referee have to say, but I'm guessing, he is going to go with the yellow card. So Jacqueni gets a yellow card to lose that prop here. And I'm guessing that it is a team foul. So the Cheetahs down to 14 men, and it's been coming for a while. Shark Brain says, Guru, I will see you in the second half. No problem, Shark Brain. And then Ron Pinot looks overweight. Maybe it's the extra fat in the neck, says Musa. I think it's old age that is getting to Ron Pinot quite a bit at the moment. Or it might just be his haircut. Who knows? Right, so the Western Province have opted to go for goal again. Instead of putting the pressure on this Cheetah side, they've opted to go for the 3 points again. And that one goes straight through the middle. So 7 points to 6. It is after about 25 minutes of play. And while the Cheetahs are leading, I would probably say that the Western Province have had the better of the game. Right, so with 25 minutes gone, one man down is the Cheetahs now. And we'll see how they take it from here. Still 15 minutes to play in this first half. And Ruan Pino having a massive chat there with the team, just explaining to them that discipline needs to be vital going into this last 15 minutes of the first half. Right, the restart from Francois Stein is another deep kick in, taken by Tiersen, gets it out to Tim Swiel, who puts it on the boot, looking for touch, not going to find it, into the hands of Speckman now. Speckman on the 10-meter line inside the Western Province half, gets the pass out to Francois Stein. Francois Stein is going to straighten the line up to the 10-meter line inside Western Province half, taken up by Aranis Kutsia. Losing a bit of ground there now. Ruan Pino back to Jean-André Rudolph. Rudolph just up over halfway here for the Cheetahs. Comes back to Reinhard Fortuin. Makes a little bit of a mess of it. Going backwards again on the Cheetahs now inside their own half. Now Ruan Pino waiting against Kakete. Taking it up just short of the halfway line now for the Cheetahs. Penalty to the Cheetahs there. Not rolling away is the call against Godlin Masimla. Right, so 26 minutes gone. And the Cheetahs now looking, are they going to have a shot at goal here? 7 penalties conceded by the Cheetahs, 3 by the Western Province so far. Francois Stein, will he have a shot at goal? No, he's going to go for touch here. Finding touch about 15 meters out from the Western Province try line. Musabar says, hope Ruan Pinar and franchise pay for their own salary. Not that they're in need of it. Yeah, I'm not sure what the salary is for these guys, but well over their prime. And well, yeah, they need to develop some more youngsters soon. Otherwise, they will be in trouble again. Right, Jean-Andre Rudolph taking it in a line out, driving more formed here by the Cheetahs now. Ruan Pinar out to Francois Stein, straightening the line. 15 meters out from the Cheetah from the Western Province try line, taken up there by the forwards. Pinar again out to Jean-Andre Rudolph. Rudolph takes it up, still 15 meters out. Penalty to the Western Province. Players diving off their feet, and Aranis could see a penalised there for going off his feet. The Namibian international playing in his 100th test match for the Cheetahs today. Discipline letting both teams down at the moment. Just stop-start at the moment. Right, kick goes out on a halfway line, and it's a 1-point game at the moment. Cheetahs leading by 7 points to 6. Achilles says money is always welcome. Absolutely. Possession 51% to the Western Province, 49% to the Cheetahs. And it's been very scrappy, to be quite honest. I expected much more free-flowing rugby, as the weather is quite nice in Cape Town today. Right, driving maul set up by the Western Province. Steenerson took that one up in the line-out, driven forward by JJ Kotze. This is looking good for the Western Province. Up to the 10-meter line they go. Still moving forward as the Western Province forwards. Now it goes down. Was it legally done? Yes, it was. Now Masimla out to Tim Sweel, caught in on the back foot. Francois Stein has got him covered. Right between the 10 and the halfway line inside Cheetah's half. A little knock on there from the Western Province. And it will be a scrum down to the Cheetahs. 28 minutes gone in this one. 7 points to 6. Cheetahs leading this one. Francois Stein putting the pressure there on Tim Sweel. Caught behind the gain line and the advantage line. And just beautifully held up by David Brits and Francois Stein there in the tackle. Causing a little knock on there from Masimla. 28 and a half minutes gone in this first half. Still anybody's game at this stage. 7 points to 6. Mursabar says 70 people watching. Give Mr. Guru Mursa a like. We need more likes for the best commentary in the world. Whole world. Please also send brandy and coke. Thanks, Mursabar. Right, Ruan Pinar to feed this one into the scrum for the Cheetahs. Right, big scrum coming from the Western Province. It goes down on the left-hand side, and they will have a reset scrum. Reset scrum coming up for the for the Cheetahs now. 89 votes. Should the Cheetahs be part of the URC? 83% yes. And if I have to be brutally honest at this stage, I would probably say no. Just given this first 30 minutes of the game that I've seen so far. Richard Randall says 70 can't use DSTV streaming anymore. And Achilles, being the first and longest mod on this channel, has been a big honor and the best thing I got on YouTube. Thanks, Achilles. And then Richard Randall says I'm one of them. Yeah, it's one of those things, you know. Luckily for me, YouTube allows me to pay my monthly DSTV account. So at least we're drawing level on that. Right, Ruan Pinar now with the scrum feed here for the Cheetahs between the 10 and the halfway line. And an opportunity for the Cheetahs to make headway forward. Cheetahs now, David Brits. He's going to run it up to the halfway line here for the Cheetahs. But isolated. They do get it back though, but very slowly indeed. Cheetahs just not on the front foot throughout this game. Now Pinar, Reinhard Fortuin, Francois Stein, caught behind the advantage line by Marcel Tieresen on the 10-meter line inside their own half. Ruan Pinar. Slow ball coming back for the Cheetahs. Sloppy pass as well, and now kick forward by Tim Sweel. The chase coming now from Jean de Jong, but it's Kasande who gets it for the Cheetahs inside the 22. But we will come back. Let's just see what the referee decides. I think it's a penalty to the Western Province again. Or was it a knock on? Yes, it was a knock on by Sikakete on the 10-meter line. And it will be a Cheetahs, Western Province scrum down. A lot of advantage played there, by the way. So Cornell Smith just receiving some attention at the moment for the Western Province. Represented SA schools in 2015. And again, one of those players that showed so much promise and just being caught in the Currie Cup division at the moment, just not able to really make that step up at the moment. Ruanel keeping him out, Dan du Plessis keeping him out at the moment, and then also Willems, which can play 12. Big tackle on Francois Steyn in the collision that caused the injury to be attended to. But so far, it's been one of those games. Guru is Raymond Rule done with rugby, so I haven't followed Raymond Rule for quite a bit. I know he's been playing overseas, and he's made some big name for him. I think what's the team? Was it La Rochelle he was playing for? I think he's still playing for La Rochelle. I'm not quite sure, but there was a time when he looked really dangerous. Same likes of Tambwe, I would have said. But yeah, I'm not quite sure, Achilles. Right, 8 minutes to go in this first half. It's been filled with errors and ill discipline from both sides, but hopefully it will get better. Right, Godlin Masimla feeds it in. Keke Marabe controlling. Now Masimla Tim Sweel on a loop around here. It's Tristan Lates. Tackled by Ruan Pinor and David Bretz. Held up in the tackle as well. Some of these guys are lightweight. Easily been held up in the tackle. So it will be a scrum down to the Cheetahs there. Held up beautifully in that tackle by Pinor and David Bretz. Antoinette Gerber says, hi, Guru, thanks for the best commentary. I hope my Western Province team win today. It's winter in Oudtshoorn. Yeah, it's quite winter this side as well. Measly 15 degrees. And then Mursaba says, Province up for this game. Western Province got to win by half a point. Hungry Animals is a hungry animal. And then Gert Knitzer says, hello, Guru, nice to hear you. The best commentator again. Thanks, guys, so much. I'm feeling flattered by all the good comments, and I really appreciate it quite a lot. Achilles says Raymond Rule was always a big player in the Currie Cup and Super Rugby. Well, it was even bigger in La Rochelle, I can promise you that. And just don't know why he wasn't selected on a more regular occasion, but there was talks of him at one stage being prime Springbok quality. But I'm guessing that because we've got so many good wingers, it's really hard to knock that door down. Same as it goes with the loose forwards. We see now probably one of the best players in world rugby at the moment, in Ian van Roos, not being selected for the box because there's so much depth. But we'll see how things go. Scrum down to the Cheetahs on a 10-meter line inside their own half, about 5 meters from the right and touch line. And we've got 7.5 minutes to go in this first half. Scrum goes up, and it's going to be another reset. So I think we've had about 4 or 5 minutes wasted through resets in this game. He says it's called year 2, but it's Easter. I'm going to go crazy and take a swim in an ice-cold pool. Send me the pictures. I'll upload it to YouTube for you, Achilles. Right. 7 minutes to go in this first half, and honestly hoping for a much better second half. It's been stop-start, error-ridden, penalty, grieving game at the moment between them. Clarence Lowe says, my blood is blue and Prof. Guru headphone is blue. I'm gonna change this soon, don't worry. Right, Ruan Pinard with the feed here, and it goes down again. And the referee not going to give a penalty or a free kick. He's going to give another reset scrum. So congratulations, another minute wasted. Right. So 6 minutes is going to be left of this first half when the scrum resets again. And yeah, I'm just really hoping that the referees can be a little less lenient in that scrum. So it's wasting so much valuable time in a game. Richard Randall says Western Province will be great next year with all these youngsters. There's a couple of really good youngsters coming through. Like I said, Tennyson, the likes of Connor Evans, Ben Jason Dixon, Namakaba, Keke Morabe, JJ Kotze, and then Cornell Smith, obviously, Angela Davids. There's a lot to pick from. And the future of South African rugby, I would say, is looking great overall. Just a question of keeping these guys in South Africa and giving them time to develop. Right, this time round, the referee do give a free kick, and it's a free kick to the Western Province on the 10-meter line, and let's hope they don't go for another scrum. Right, 5 minutes to go in this first half. It's a free kick against the Cheetahs, and what will the Western Province decide here? They are going to tap and go. Gets it out to Marcel Tiersen, now back to Ben Jason Dixon. Godlin is similar on the 10-meter line, out to Keke Morabe, right in the middle of the field on the 10-meter line now. It's taken up again. Beautiful little pop pass to Tiersen. Now Masimla back to Namakaba. He's going to burst his way forward here, just short of the 22-meter line now for the Western Province. Now it's taken up by Tim Swill. Swill out to Tristan Late. Throws a little dummy into the gap. He goes. He is going to go all the way. It's Tristan Late. Try time to the Western Province. And that is going to be the second try. Well, the first try for the Western Province. And a great break from Tristan Late. Catching everybody off guard there. Throws a little dummy. And clear pace shown there by Tristan Late for his 6th Currie Cup try of his career. Just an easy little dummy thrown and into the gap between Francois Steyn and David Brits. And no way Kasande was going to stop Tristan Late from there. So try time to the Western Province. And they will go, well, probably will go into the lead at halftime. It's 11 points to 7 at the moment, with the conversion to come. Wurzabar says, would have loved to see the kid of Andre Venter blossom in the URC, but injury part on parcel of our beloved game. Absolutely. Right, conversion coming up for Tim Swill now. And let's see if he can put them further ahead. That kick is good, so it will be 13 points to 7 as the Western Province now into a good lead here going into halftime. It's a 6-point lead, and we're just waiting for FlashScore to update this scoreboard for us. They've been quite terrible at times for updating the scoreboard, but 13 points to 7 as we go into the last 3 minutes of this first half. Karen Slow says Springbok flank, Rob Low, Francois Low, and Elrich Low. Yeah. Right, so 13 points to 7, and it's now taken up by Tiersen inside the 22. He takes it up over the 22-meter line. Just outside now, Ben Jason Dixon. Out it goes to Ali Vermaak. Just up over the 22-meter line now. It's taken by Masimla, gets it back to Namakaba. Sets it up on the 22-meter line. They've carried this back, so they can't kick this out directly into touch. Masimla with a kick over the top now. Chase coming here from Sergio Peterson. Beautifully taken by Jasper Cohen. But it's going to be a penalty against the Cheetahs for obstruction. Just short of the halfway line inside the Western Province half. Discipline has let them down quite tremendously in this first half, the Cheetahs. And with 13 points to 7, still haven't updated the conversion kick is FlashScore. So the kick downfield by the Western Province finds touch. There we go, 13 to 7 on the 22-meter line. And it's going to be a line out to the Western Province. 2 minutes to go in this first half. Yeah, Roscoe Speckman obstructing the defense of the Western Province there. And for that, it's going to be a line out to the Western Province just outside the 22. Taken by Marcel Tiersen, or Connor Evans, sorry. And another penalty advantage coming here for the Western Province. Interference in the line out. And oh boy, here can come another yellow card. Chakwen's already back on the field. But I think Jean-Ray Rudolph might be getting a yellow card here. Let's have a look what AJ Jacobs have to say. Playing the man in the air and just having a chat with Ruan Pinar. So luckily no yellow card, but another penalty being given away. 10 penalties conceded to the three of the Western Province. Utterly poor discipline from the Cheetahs today. And Western Province seems like they are going to have a shot at goal here. Instead of go, yeah, they are going to have a shot at goal. About 10 meters from the right-hand touch line. It is going to be Tim Swill to try and put another 3 points on the board with about a minute to go in this first half. Guru, do you remember Derek Keane? So Derek Keane used to play, well, didn't he play hooker and flank for the Bulls at one stage, Guru? Achilles, if I'm correct. Yeah, he never played Springbok, but he was a very good player for the Bulls. And he could play either flank or hooker for them. Quality player. Right, Tim Swill now to try and convert this penalty here for the Western Province. Still about 30 seconds left of this first half. That kick has gone over. So it's 16 points to 7 as we go into the last 20 seconds of this first half. Quick restart from the Cheetahs. That ball is going to roll, not into touch though. Keke Murabe to Tristan Lates. Puts it on the boot, but the referee or the touch judge says it's gone into touch. So let's just see whose lineup this is going to be. It's going to be quite interesting to see. So let's see if Angelo Davids actually touched that ball. Oh, he went into touch and passed that ball back into field. So it's going to be a Cheetahs line. Well, is it going to be a Cheetahs lineup? No, it's not. It's a Western Province lineup about 10 meters from their own try line. Line out taken by Ben Jason Dixon. Can he get that ball up? No, he can't. It's gone to ground now. Western Province do have it, and the Simler will kick it into touch. So at halftime, it's going to be 16 points to 7 to the Western Province, and they'll be happy with this lead that they've got. Achilles asking, wonder whatever happened to Derek Keane and Gerard van der Heever. So I'm not sure about Derek Keane, but Gerard van der Heever went to the Sunwolves and played a couple of seasons there for them. Then I think he moved to another Japanese club, and I don't know if he's still playing. Probably still playing is Gerard van der Heever, but I'm not quite sure. The right winger that another Springbok that should have been basically, but just couldn't live up to the expectations in the end. So yeah, just waiting for that halftime clock to go over to 16. It is 16 points to 7. The Western Province leading here at halftime. So I think what I should do is just there we go. So they finally updated it. So 16 points to 7 at halftime. The Western Province leading the Cheetahs, and it begs the question whether the Cheetahs are really good enough to be playing in the URC, because a lot of people have called for it, but realistically they can't even put the Western Province B team to sorts at the moment. So that is quite surprising. I would have thought that the Cheetahs would run away with this game, and well, clearly the discipline has let them down. Let's hope they can do much better in the second half. I'm going to take a quick break, but when I do come back, we will be doing the second half, guys. So don't go anywhere. We will be back real shortly. Right, we are back here for the second half of this game, and the Western Province leading by 16 points to 7 at the moment. I don't know, I haven't updated, it haven't started yet, so we're not in the second half yet. I'm just going to put that halftime banner back up. So I don't know what's going on with Flashcore today, but they're clearly a little bit ahead of time. 16-7 at halftime for the Western Province. And I must say the Cheetahs have been very disappointing. I haven't watched a lot of their games, and this being the first in a very long time, but it's not looked good for them. Let's quickly run through the team lineups just to have a quick look at how the players have been faring so far. Tristan Lates have been good for the Western Province. I'm guessing he's having quite a good Currie Cup season. Is Tristan Lates. Sergio Peterson haven't had a lot of opportunities in that first half. Jean de Jong, I've hardly mentioned his name throughout this game. Cornell Smith has been quiet as well. Andrew Davids have been workful throughout this first half, been busy whenever he had the opportunity. And then Tim Sweel and Gotland Masimla doing well so far at 9 and 10. If we move to the forwards of the Western Province, Keke Morabe not having a major influence. Marcel Tennyson playing very well today. Namakaba has been also very quiet. Connor Evans and Ben Jason Dixon struggling at line at times throughout, and very lucky that they are leading by the margin that they are as the Western Province. So Zazi Zandi, JJ Kotze, and Ali Vermaak has been good in the front row. We've had a couple of reset scrums throughout the first half, which is very annoying, but it's part of the game. Could probably do a bit better in that regard. If we have a look at the Cheetahs so far, Cohen Jasper have not have had a good game so far. He's not controlling the high kicks that comes to him. Gets caught behind the advantage line on numerous occasions throughout the first half. Dan Kasande hasn't had a lot of chances in that first half. David Brits has been disappointing so far. Francois Steyn trying with his little grubber kicks in behind, not really making an impact at this stage. He tried to carry a couple of balls, being stopped quite quickly by the Western Province defence. So David Pitts and Francois Steyn not having a good game so far. Roscoe Speckman hardly have seen any ball. Reinhard Fortuin not dictating the play as I would have imagined him to do, giving a lot of responsibility to Francois Steyn with the kicking and directing the back line indeed. And then Ruan Pinar has been slow at times, not quick ball, not quick front foot ball, and it's just not been a great half for the Cheetah side in general. If you look at the forwards, Jean-André Rudolph giving away penalties left, right, and centre at the moment. Needs to really get that decisions right at the breakdown, giving away too many penalties. And Decent Tilla, I've hardly mentioned his name. Gideon van der Merwe is trying valiantly so far for this Cheetah side. Victor Sekakete has been a busybody at line-out time along with Aiden Davis. Aranus Kutsia, Louis van der Westhuizen not having too much to do in that first half. And then also Chakweni getting a yellow card in that first half. That was a team yellow card. Overall, not having a bad game. Scored the only try for the Cheetahs in that first half. So hopefully the Cheetahs can pick up their play in the second half. But as things stands at the moment, it is the Western Province well and truly in control of this game. So we should get the second half underway anytime now. It haven't started yet, although Flashcore has said that we're already into the second half, which is not the case to be. 16-7 lead for the Western Province. Try by Tristan Lates. 3 penalties by Tim Sweel. And then a solo try for the Cheetahs from Chakwene, the loose head prop, and converted by Reinhard Fortuin. Not a lot happening in this game. Too many mistakes, too many knock-ons, too many missed opportunities, and way too many penalties in that first half. Right, so the Western Province is going to get the second half back underway for us. As Tim Sweel gets the kick away. It's a high hanging kickoff. It's not going to gain a lot of distance, but the Cheetahs somehow makes a mess of it. Goes to Roscoe Speckman, who gets it back to Ruan Pinar, who puts it on the boot into the hands of Tristan Lates on the 10-meter line. Now Tim Swill looking for a cross kick here. Not going to get the favored kick, but it's been knocked on by Chakweni, and it will be a scrum down to the Western Province on the 10-meter line inside Cheetah's half, right in the middle of the field. Nothing going their way at the moment. Just poor play overall. Basic errors coming from both sides at the moment. That should have been a penalty against the Cheetahs. Sakaketi playing that ball in an offside position as well. But the referee has already blown on his whistle for a scrum down. So it will be a scrum down to the Western Province on the 10-meter line of the Cheetahs, right in the middle of the field. 5 handling errors by the Cheetahs, 3 by the Western Province, and some of them coming at a vital time and vital territory in this game. 16 points to 7 it is. Right, it's Gotland Masimla to feed this ball to the scrum for the Western Province inside the Cheetahs half on the 10-meter line in the middle of the field. Big scrum coming from them now. Solid. Masimla takes it off the back, gets it out to Tim Swill, throws a little dummy, goes himself nearly into a half gap there past David Brits, who's had a really poor game so far, just short of the 22 now. Masimla back to Connor Evans. He sets it up, gets it out to Ben Jason Dixon with the pick and go. Now Masimla back to Ali for Mark. Ali for Mark driven back in a tackle there by Marnus van der Merwe. Now Tim Swill again out to Keke Murabe. Just short of the 22 still is the Western Province. Long cut up pass to Namakaba on the left-hand side of the field. Just up over the 22. Driven back past the 22 now. Masimla waiting for it. Slow ball coming back for him. Now it comes out to Tristan Lates with a cross kick here. It is Sergio Peterson after this one. He's going to get it. Needs to get the pass out to Angelo Davids. Try time to the Western Province in the corner. And that's a great start for the Western Province early in the second half. We've had 3 minutes in the second half. And it's the Western Province 21 now. And the Cheetahs 7. Really poor play from the Cheetahs at the moment. Some great play there from the Western Province. Great kicking game from Tristan Lates on that occasion. Finding or seeing the space in behind. Roscoe Speckman caught on a glimmer. Sergio Peterson with a pass back inside to Angelo Davids, who gets the try for the Western Province. So 21 points to 7 it is. I don't know if they're going to update the score any further from flash scores. So we might as well just update our own score here. So the Western Province now 21. Let's do this. 21 points to 7 it is. Not sure if they are going to update this again. So hopefully they will. But at the moment, it doesn't look like they've got it right. So 21 points to 7 it is. The Western Province leading this game at the moment. And we'll see whether the conversion will go over. It is difficult coming from Tim Swill. He has missed the kick, so it remains 21 points to 7 after about 4 minutes into the second half. The restart again sloppy, this time from the Western Province. Tim Swill regathers it and kicks it downfield, not going to find touch. Now it's into the hands of Francois Steyn. Francois Steyn up over the 10-meter line inside Western Province half now. Ruan Pinar. Out it comes to Louis van der Westhuizen, driven back in the tackle. Back on the 10-meter line now, it's Jasper Cohen. Jasper Cohen caught there by the Western Province defense now. Ruan Pinar out to Chakweni. Chakweni puts his head down on the 10-meter line. Ruan Pinar waiting again. Reinhard Fortuin. Fortuin gets it out to Sikaketi, who's get driven back in the tackle on halfway now. Reinhard Fortuin gets the pass out to Kasande. Kasande takes on Angelo Davids and going nowhere very slowly. Comes back again, Louis van der Westhuizen out to David Brits. David Brits with the pass to Gideon van der Merwe, hammered in the tackle by Cornel Smith. Again, going backwards on the Cheetahs. Now Francois Steyn with the kick downfield on the 10-meter line. Gets it inside the 22. Tristan Lates now. Tristan Lates out to Tim Swill, who's going to put it on the boot. Kicks it downfield, straight down the middle. Nobody going to look to get it. Finally finds Ruan Pinar. He's going to go high up into the air. Chase coming from the Cheetahs now. On the 10-meter line of the Western Province, Tristan Lates. He gets it out to Angelo Davids. Angelo Davids tackled by Jean-Andre Rudolph, and another play knock on from the Western Province. Now it's the Cheetahs on the counter-attack. Jasper Cohen puts a little kick in behind for Roscoe Speckman. Speckman looking to get this. He gets it on the boot. But Tristan Lates has regathered it for the Western Province. Get the pass out to Sergio Peterson. Peterson hammered into touch there. And it's going to be a line out to the Cheetahs, 15 meters out from the Western Province try line. Quickly thrown in now. Ruan Pinar with a long pass out to Reinhard Fortuin on the 10-meter line of the Western Province. He's brought down now. Pinar again. Gets it out now. Here's a chance for the Cheetahs again. Just short of the 22. Penalty to the Cheetahs. Hands in the ruck from the Western Province. And the decision time now for the Cheetahs. Tackler not rolling away is Connor Evans there for them. Clarence Lowe says only Cheetahs can score 3 tries in 10 minutes. And then Alfie says as good as it goes at present, the Western Province will win. And then where's Bjorn Basson and Zane Kirshner? So Zane Kirshner, I think, isn't playing anymore. But I know Bjorn Basson is playing in the Major League Rugby Achilles. Right, so 21 points to 7 it is. And I see they finally updated the scoreboard. So there we go. We can remove that one. 21 points to 7 it is. Only 7 minutes gone in this second half. Right, so line out now. Penalty taken, and the Cheetahs have got it 5 meters out from the Western Province try line. Here they come with the driving maul. Can the Cheetahs now get this driving maul over? Yes, it looks like it. It's going to be Louis van der Westhuizen to score for the Cheetahs. And the Cheetahs are back in this one. Try time to the Cheetahs. And it's the hooker, Louis van der Westhuizen, who gets the try for them. So the Cheetahs are back in this one. Louis van der Westhuizen, his 9th Carling Currie Cup try. The hooker of the Cheetahs. So that driving maul from the Cheetahs went really well. Western Province, unfortunately, not able to stop that driving maul. And the Cheetahs get their 2nd try of this game. 21 points to 12 for the conversion to come. Ruan Pinar will attempt to get this one for them. 27 out of 34 kicks this season for Ruan Pinar, which gives him a 74% rate at the moment. So again, it doesn't look like they are updating that scoreboard. So let's just do it for them for the minute. 21 points to 12 with the conversion to come. Let's see if Pinar can get this one. And that one is going to go over. So 21 points to 14 it is. The Western Province leading this game at the moment. Right, so 21 points to 14. We've still got we've only had 9 minutes in the second half. Restart taken by Sikakete just outside the 22. Now Pinar gets it out to Gideon van der Merwe. He sets it up. Pinar again. Francois staying now with a kick downfield. Not going to find touch into the hands of Tim Swill. Tim Swill goes on a run, switches with Tristan Lates. Here's another chance for the Western Province. Gets the pass out to Angelo David. Up over the 10-meter line, just short of the 22-meter line now. But a penalty to the Cheetahs. Holding on the ground from the Western Province. And it's a great steal by Kasande on the ground for the Cheetahs. 9.5 minutes gone in the second half. 21 points to 14. The kick downfield from the Cheetahs. That ball is going to go into touch all the way up over the 22-meter line. About 15 meters out from the Western Province try line. Are the Cheetahs back in this game? We'll have to wait and see. But as it stands at the moment, 21 points to 14. And the Cheetahs now with an attacking line out right on the 22-meter line of the Western Province. Good opportunity now for them as Louis van der Westhuizen to throw this one in for the Cheetahs again. Goes to the back, taken beautifully. Now here comes the Kekete. About 15 meters out from the try line. Ruan Pinar. Oh, offside from Keke Morabe. And it should be another penalty to the Cheetahs. Smart play there by Ruan Pinar. Just throwing that ball straight into Morabe. And now it's going to be another 5-meter line out here to the Cheetahs. And another great attacking opportunity for them. Right, 21 points to 14. We've had about 11 minutes in the second half, and we've already seen 2 tries already. One by Western Province, one by the Cheetahs. The Cheetahs now 5 meters out from the Western Province try line. Sekaketi takes it in now, and it's Gideon van der Merwe on the back of that, running it off. Just still 5 meters out now. Ruan Pino waiting for it. Gets it out now. Charge here from the Cheetahs again. Jean-Andre Rudolph pick up and go from him. Pinar again waiting for it. Gets it out to Louis van der Westhuizen again. Now Pinar. Pinar out to Francois State. Starting the line is David Brits. And he scores under the post for the Cheetahs. Third try for the Cheetahs. And it's 21 points to 19. Wow. 21 points to 19. And it's game back on here. 21 points to 19 with a conversion to come. Should make it 21 all. And what a pass. What a flat pass from Francois Steyn. The timing absolutely perfect. Was that forward though? That's the big question. Yeah, Cheetah's try time, but it's forward, says Achilles. Well, have the try been awarded? Looks like the try has been awarded, so a 50-50 call going the way of the Cheetahs there. So it's 21 all as we go into the last 27 minutes of this game. Well done to the Cheetahs there, and right back into this game. This is looking much better. So there we go. I'll update the score while we wait for flash score. Right, so 21 all, 27 minutes to play in this one, and it's all square at the moment. Right, so 21 all it is, and here comes the restart from the Western Province. That one is going to go directly into touch, and we will have a scrum down on halfway. Well, the mistakes now coming from the Western Province, and so unnecessary. Schoolboy errors, basically, from both sides. And now finally starting to play some rugby in the second half is the Cheetahs as well. Alfie Visser says, what a turn around from the Cheetahs. Right, Achilles asked, what do you think? How long will Dwayne Vermeulen still be playing? So, yeah, I'm guessing that he will finish the World Cup next year. And after that, he'll probably still play a bit of club rugby. But I don't think he will retire after the World Cup. You never know. Try and make a few more bucks here and there. Maybe go to Toulon. Who knows? Right, so 21 all it is. And the Cheetahs now with a scrum right in the middle of the field. 26 minutes to go. Big scrum from the Western Province, and they win the penalty right in the middle of the field. Will they have a shot at goal here? Tim Swiel might want to have a shot. 21 all it is. Penalty to the Western Province, collapsing the scrum from the Cheetahs. But they're not going to have a shot at goal. They are going to kick for touch. Tim Swiel with the kick downfield. He's going to find touch about 10 meters out from the Cheetahs try line. Good kick from him. Right, let's see if they've updated that scoreboard yet for us. There we go, 21 all it is. So we can remove mine again. 10 meters out from the Cheetahs try line. It's a chance here for the Western Province. Bertie says, evening, Guru, trust you are well. It's been a while. Happy morning, a good friend. It's been hectic here in Durban, but we're all good. How are you? I'm good, thanks, Bertie. Glad to have you back on the channel as well. Sorry to hear about your friend, and hope for well, it's hard times, so I'm hoping things get better soon. Right, so the Western Province now, from that line out, have not been able to form the maul. They're going to run this now from about 15 meters out. Tennyson takes it up to about 10 meters out. Oh, it's a penalty against the Western Province there. Players diving off their feet. So penalty to the Cheetahs on the 10-meter line. 10 meters from their own try line. And Ruan Pienaar has stayed down in the process, limping a little bit there, but he should be fine. So Francois Steyn will kick this downfield. Right, let's see where Francois Steyn will find touch. Looks like he is going to find touch round about between the 10 and the 22 of the Western Province. A massive kick again from Francois Steyn. And what a valuable player to have for this Cheetah side. Might be old, but he's still putting in those magic moments for them. Didn't have a good first half. A lot of useless kicking downfield. Little grubbers throughout that first half, but playing much better in the second. Louis van der Westhuizen now with a throw into this line out. It's been overthrown, knocked on by the Western Province, and now the Cheetahs with a chance. Pienaar out to Sakakete on the 10-meter line inside Western Province half. Pienaar out to Reinhard Fortuin. He tries to twinkle toes his way past the defense, can't go anywhere. Now Sakakete again, setting it up in the middle of the field on the 10-meter line. Pienaar out to David Brits. A little bit of a mix-up there from him, but he regathers the ball behind the advantage line. Now Pienaar again. Out it goes to Marius van der Merwe. Now Pienaar, Francois Steyn. Oh, he slipped on a halfway line. Cheetahs going backwards at the moment. Big counter-ruck coming here from the Western Province, but Pienaar's got his hands on it. Tries to throw that ball out, gets it out finally to Ntila. Ntila to Reinhard Fortuin. Fortuin with a long pass out to Kasande. Kasande up to the halfway line, bumps off one defender. Up over the halfway line, now the pass back to Louis van der Westhuizen. Louis van der Westhuizen up to the 10-meter line, now Ruan Pienaar. Back to Reinhard Fortuin, straight in the line was Chakweni. Now Pienaar again. Quick ball now, here they come through. Gideon van der Merwe gets the pass out, up over the 10-meter line goes the Cheetahs. Ball has been ripped by the Western Province, but the kick goes ahead from the Western Province, from the Cheetahs. And they've knocked it on as Gideon van der Merwe on the 22-meter line. Western Province now in possession. Jean de Jong takes it up over the 22-meter line. Godlin Masimla waiting for this one now. Gets it up. Goes to the kick downfield. Not a great kick into the hands of Jean-Andre Rudolph. Rudolph on the 10-meter line takes on the defense. Isolated. Knocks the ball on. Now here's a chance. Connor Evans for the Western Province. Western Province up to the halfway line now. Pick up and go from Tennyson. He's had a solid game so far for the Western Province. Now just up over the halfway line. Godlin Masimla out to Tim Swiel. Swiel to Tristan Late. The pass out. Oh, it's another knock on this time from Jean de Jong. And it's going to be a scrum now to the Cheetahs on the 10-meter line inside Western Province half. Whoa. Lionel Johnson says, will Frans Steyn still play at the World Cup? I think he will. He is definitely in Jacques Nienaber's plans for the World Cup. So, Achilles Pro say Frans Steyn will play until his mid-40s. Frans Steyn won't be ready for World Cup, needs strong opposition unless he wrestles with the Buffaloes every day. So, he'll probably not be the first choice centre for South Africa. He'll probably go with it for the experience, play maybe some of the less important games of the competition. I don't know which one. Because I can tell you what, I think Tonga is going to be a force to be reckoned with next year with all the imports that they are getting. So I'm not quite sure which game we will use Francois Steyn in, but he'll definitely be there for the experience to guide the other players through the tournament. Right, scrum down to the Cheetahs on the 10-meter line inside Western Province half. And we've still got about 20 minutes to play in this one. Although the clock says 66 there at the bottom, it's wrong. Still 20 minutes to play. Right, so Ruan Pienaar to feed this ball in now. 3 tries to the Cheetahs, 2 to the Western Province. flash scores in the opening 10 15 minutes of the second half has brought this game to life after a really poor first half. 21 all it is. Don't forget to go and vote, guys. 136 votes. Should the Cheetahs be part of the URC? And 80% have said yes, while 20% have said no. 33 likes as well. Don't forget to press that like button and subscribe to the channel as well. Right, so we're going to have a reset scrum now for the Cheetahs on the 10-meter line inside the Western Province half. Ruan Pinar to feed this one for them. Still taking their time. Here they come now. Ruan Pinar feeds it in. Off the back, controlled by the Cheetahs, number 20, Mossi, who's on the field. Here comes Kasande on the right-hand side of the field, brought down by the Western Province. Now Pinar again gets it out to Manus van der Merwe. He takes it up. Not getting too much ground now. Pinar again gets it out to nice little offload to Mossi. Now there's a bit of space for Reinhard Fortuin. Reinhard Fortuin up over the 22-meter line. Needs support now. Pinar. Oh, there's a knock-on from David Brits. And a chance now for the Western Province, but they also lose the ball. So it will be a scrum down inside the 22 of the Western Province. David Brits have been really disappointing today, making too many mistakes throughout this game. But what a breakout from Fortuin. What an offload by the loose-head prop Chakweni, who did brilliantly there. But a little knock-on from David Brits, unfortunately, has let the Cheetahs down again. Just 10 meters from the Western Province try line there. A great opportunity going a begging for the Cheetahs. David Brits scored that third try for the Cheetahs after a beautiful flat pass from Francois Steyn, which you could have argued was marginally forward, but on a 50-50 call, I would probably say it was a try myself. Right, so Godlin is similar now to feed this ball for the Western Province. 18 minutes to go in this game. And another reset scrum coming on. I don't know why AJ Jacobs have been so lenient at scrum time. It's been very frustrating throughout. So Marna, you could see the replacement tight head prop here for the Cheetahs, causing a lot of havoc for this Western Province side at the moment. Also, the likes of Mlali Mossi doing a really good job at the moment since he's come onto the field. Right, so scrum feed here for the Western Province, and it's Scotland similar to feed this in for them. Lionel Johnson says Western Province season has been a bit disappointing. Yeah, it's been disappointing overall. I think this whole Currie Cup season has been pretty disappointing. Right, here comes the kick downfield from Tim Sweel. And, finding a bit of space in behind the Cheetahs players. But now Cohen Jasper with the kick downfield. He's also had a terrible game today. Now it's taken in by JJ Kotze on the 10-meter line. Oh, he's making a little breakout. Gets it out to Cornell Smith. Just up over the halfway line for the Western Province now. Taken up by Namakaba. Ball spills out the back. Jean de Jong picks it up. Sets it up, but I think Francois Steyn might have stolen that ball. Will it come back to the Cheetah side? No, it comes back to the Western Province side. Just up over halfway for the Western Province now. Not rolling away, but not able to roll away, says the referee. And it will be a scrum down to the Western Province. Keke Murabe taking that ball in. And it will be a scrum down to the Western Province. Musabas says, problem of experience. You're too old to use that experience. Why do we need old volleys like Francois Steyn? We have Pollard, 3 World Cup winners, Willie Leroux, 3 World Cups, and then Damien Dialendi, 3 World Cups. No, that's true, Musabas. I totally agree with you, and that's where it comes in with same with Dwayne Vermeulen. Obviously, he's still playing some good rugby, and he probably still deserves his place. But will he be the best number 8 next year come the World Cup? And the same with Francois Steyn. You'll probably have him there as a match winner, but will he be a match winner in a World Cup final against? Well, we can't really judge. Look at the game that Francois Steyn had against the All Blacks last year, which we already said he was too old, and he had an absolutely cracker of a game. So yeah, never write off the old barleys, Mursabas. All right, scrum off the back here for the Western Province now. Keke Murabe controlling at the back here for the Western Province. Need to get this ball out, taking too long. Now Pienaar puts the pressure on him, and the ball spills out the back now. Tim Swill under pressure on the 10-meter line inside his own half. Masimla gets a pass out to Cornell Smith, who knocks it on, and then Francois Steyn also knocks it on. So we will have a scrum down on the 22-meter line for the Cheetahs on the Western Province, inside Western Province territory. Well, it's been disappointing. Between the 10 and the 22, it will be a scrum down to the Cheetahs. Guru, if the Sharks were to stop playing rugby, what team would you support then? Well, it's like I always say, if you support another team, the Cheetahs are always your second team. So I guess I would probably have supported the Cheetahs, but the way they're playing today, I can't say I would. And then Torps says, what are your thoughts on Connor Evans? So I haven't seen him play too much. He's played a couple of games for the Stormers off the bench, and he's had a decent game today. He's taken the ball up quite nicely. He's had a few good lineouts, but he's also lost a couple of lineouts. So I think he still needs to develop as a player, but he's looking good, to be quite honest. Free kick here from the scrum to the Cheetahs. Now Reinhard Fortuin takes it up to the 22-meter line for the Cheetahs. Penalty to the Western Province, holding on. Well, Namakaba winning that penalty for them. Well done to Namakaba there for winning that ball on the ground. And with about 13 minutes to play, it's still anybody's game. GP VDV says daar's net een staat en dit is die Vrystaat, Hak Vrystaat, kom Cheetahs. So that kick from the Western Province not finding touch. Kick downfield by Jasper Cohen. And that ball is going to bounce about 10 meters out from the Western Province try line. Gotland Masimla with a kick downfield and finds a good touch. Run about between the 10 and the halfway line inside Western Province half. 12 and a half minutes to go in this one. And it's all square at the moment, 21 all. So we'll see how this one ends. We saw the Western Province score just after halftime to go into a really good lead. And then the Cheetahs came back with 2 quick tries to level up the scoreboard. Right, throw-in taken by the Cheetahs. Now Gideon van Merwe off the back, Ruan Pienaar, Francois Steyn on the loop around, Reinhard Fortuin gets it out to Jasper Cohen, to Roscoe Speckman. Roscoe Speckman up to the 22, gets the pass back inside to Jasper Cohen, tries the miracle pass and stolen by the Western Province now. Inside the round 22, Gotland Masimla now controlling that one, gets it out to the big boy, Marcel Tennyson, who's been excellent for the Western Province today. Pick up and go from Ben Jason Dixon, just up over the 22-meter line now for the Western Province. Masimla, it might have been stolen here by the Cheetahs. They do get it. Now Ruan Pienaar gets it out to Francois Steyn. Francois Steyn cuts back inside, takes on the attack. Up over the 22, miracle offload to Morsi. Now just 5 meters out from the try line. They try another one. And this time it's been knocked on by the Cheetahs, taken by the Western Province now. 10 meters from their own try line, Marcel Tennyson takes it up, but the referee blows on his whistle. A little knock on from the Cheetahs, 5 meters out from the try line, and we will have a scrum down to the Western Province. Well, Francois Steyn making something out of nothing there, beating 2 defenders, then getting the miracle offload out to Mossy. He ran it up to 5 meters out, tried another pass to Kasande, and just couldn't get the pass through. Well. It's just one of those things today. LB says, come on, Province. Achilles says, every time read that player's name, Guru, I keep thinking you're talking to me, since that's also my name. All right, no problem. And then Mursabar says it's horrible, it's worse than a dog's breakfast, not a great game. But hell, I'll take any game. We've been starved of rugby for 2 years, which is also true. I mean, the time when there was no rugby, we were complaining. So at least there's some rugby. And to be fair, the second half hasn't been horrific, but it's not been brilliant. But overall, I'm very disappointed in the quality of this game. It's really, really disappointing. If you look at it this way, it's two of the most expensive running rugby teams playing against each other, and they've been just really poor today. Handling errors are plenty, discipline has been poor, and the game just not getting going at times. The referee allowing too much leniency at the scrum, slowing down the play of the game. We've wasted about 10 minutes in scrums. Yeah, it's just not been good, but at least we've got rugby. That's true. And then Albert says the draw was 23. Should have put money on. No, I don't think it's going to end in a draw. I think the Cheetahs might steal it towards the end. Who knows? And then Barry asking, what are you going to do for Easter? Well, I don't have much planned for Easter. Maybe have a barbecue tomorrow. We'll see. Have a little snooky on the braai tomorrow. Right, so a big scrum here from the Cheetahs have resulted in a penalty to them, and this is going to be big trouble now for the Western Province. Penalty to the Cheetahs, I think it is. They've celebrated surely like it's a penalty. So let's see if a penalty was awarded to them. Yes, it was. Right, the referee not happy with the way some of the players reacted towards him, but he's let them off the hook there. Cameron Dawson nearly in trouble. So the Cheetahs now have a penalty 5 meters out from the try line. What are they going to do? Are they going to go for the kick at goal, or will they go for the glory here? We've got 10 minutes to go in this game, and they're going to go for touch here is the Cheetahs. They are not going to have a shot at goal. Will that be the difference here today? Musabar says Province to win this by 3 points. So a big scrum from the Cheetahs resulting in a penalty for them. And yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens. Right, so 21 all for Kozella on the field for Kotze now. Right, here comes the driving ball from the Cheetahs. Can they get over the try line? Yeah, yes they can. It's a try to the Cheetahs. And it is a try to Louis van der Westhuizen, who gets the try for them. Well. Try to the Cheetahs. And I think we should just update that score for ourselves for now. 26 points to 21. The Cheetahs now leading while we wait for Flash Score to update their score, because they are quite behind at times. Right, 26 to 21. It's the Cheetahs now leading with about 8 minutes to go in this game. 8 minutes to go. And it's the Cheetahs who scored their 4th try, which is the bonus point try for them as well. Ruan Pinard to try and convert this kick for them. It is, well, some nail-biting stuff here towards the end, but it looks like the Cheetahs might just pull this one off after Western Province led quite tremendously just after half-time. It was 13-6 at half, or 13-7 at half-time, and then 18 points to 7 just after half-time. But the Cheetahs have found a way back and now leading by 5 points in this game. Conversion to come. Right, and that one is going to go over as well. So 28 points to 21. It is the Cheetahs now leading with about 8 minutes to go in this one. 8 minutes to go here at Cape Town. It's 21-28. The Cheetahs leading the Western Province. Tim Sweel to restart this one now for them. 28-21. Another replacement coming on for the Western Province now, as it is Miller who comes on for Ben Jason Dixon, who's not had a bad game. Just needs to work on his lineouts a little bit. Right, here's the restart from Tim Sweel now. And it's been taken by the Western Province now. Here's a chance for them as they go wide. It's going to be taken up by Namakaba up over the 10-meter line. He's knocked it backwards as the referee. Play on. No, it's a penalty to the Cheetahs there, and not releasing is the call. So he didn't knock it on originally, but the referee then giving a penalty to the Cheetahs. Robert Everson also on the field there for them, winning that penalty on the ground. Right, so with 7 minutes to go, it's Francois Steyn to kick this downfield for the Cheetahs, and he's going to find touch roundabout on the 10-meter line inside Western Province half. Musaba says Province still by 1 point. And then Barry says, me too, my cousin auntie over, you might as well drink that brandy and coke. Yeah, you see, it's still full, man. Didn't even have time to enjoy it the second half. Die milies staan hoof die jaar, daar's nie 'n manier wat die Cheetahs verloor nie, says GPVDF. But here comes the Cheetahs again now, a driving maul here from the 10-meter line inside the Western Province half. They have updated the scoreboard as well now, so let's get that correct for you guys again. Still about 6.5 minutes to go. Cheetahs now on the attack. Can I get this ball out? Ruan Pinot taking forever to get it out. Now gets it out to Francois Steyn. Francois Steyn beats 2 defenders. Now brought down by Namakaba just outside the 22. Here they come again through Mossi. Mossi a little bit isolated there. Will the Western Province get a penalty? Yes, they will. It's a great win there for Miller on the ground. And another exciting youngster for the Western Province. So 6 minutes to go in this one as the Western Province win a penalty. Now they kick it downfield, Tim Swill. And he's going to find touch on the 10-meter line inside Cheetahs half. Rugby Viking says Cheetahs must join the URC. And then who is the current Cheetah head coach? Also, it's Harvis Fourie, the head coach of the Cheetahs. Right, so line out coming up now for the Western Province. It is going to be the replacement hooker to throw it in. Lukanya Fokozela to throw this one in. And then Veilbach is on for Mazibuko as well. Here comes the Western Province again now. Sergio Peterson gets the pass out to Miller. Miller up to the 10-meter line they go. The pass out now by the replacement scrum off as well. Tristan Lates takes it up over the 10-meter line. Just inside Cheetahs half, up over the 10-meter line now. A lot of youngsters now. Connor Evans takes it up to the 10-meter line again. Comes back again, Tim Swill through the back door. Jean de Jong throws a little dummy. He's held up in a tackle by Gideon van der Merwe. Now they get it out again. It's Sergio Peterson. Nice little pass now. Almost up to the 10-meter line again. Now Tienerson drives his way up over the 10-meter line. Tim Swill, long cut-out pass, beautifully to Connor Evans now. He needs support, gets the pass back inside, up over the 22-meter line. Still about 10 meters out of the Western Province now, but a penalty to the Cheetahs. Holding on by the Western Province, and it's a penalty against the replacement scrum of Bobby Alexander, who gets penalized. And that is very unfortunate for the Western Province as we go into this last 4 minutes of the game. It's a penalty to the Cheetahs about 10 meters out. Rugby Viking says, I didn't watch the entire game, not really a lot of Currie Cup, but I want to know if the Cheetahs playing promising, expansive rugby. Do they have a good style and brand of rugby? So overall, they've been the second, well, basically the best team in the competition. But today's performance have been really poor at times and not what they are capable of doing. So I would say they do play very expansive running rugby with the back line, but we haven't seen too much of that today. Too many unforced errors and discipline really poor at times. Right, so Thompson also on for the Cheetahs now and Creer also on. The replacement scrum off for the Cheetahs. So line out now between the 10 and the halfway line inside Western Province half. The line out has been stolen by the Western Province now. Namakaba. Sergio Peterson with a little kick ahead. Chase coming from Angelo Davids. Angelo Davids is going to win this race. He's got it up over the 22-meter line. Now brought down by Kasande, 7 meters out from the try line. Alexander gets it up. Now here's a charge from Miller again. 5 meters out from the try line is the Western Province. Now 3 minutes to go. Driving forward here by Foketi. And still going forward now is the Western Province. Still 5 meters out. Just patience required. Namakaba, pick up and go. Connor Evans waiting that ball for the Western Province now. 7 meters out. Pick up and go again now. Mazipuko. Still 5 meters out is the Western Province. Alexander gets it out. Here they come now. Jean de Jong straightening. Great tackle from Francois Stein. Stopping him in his tracks. Still 5 meters out. Namakawa gets it back to Miller again. Now pick up and go from the big props. Still 5 meters out of the Western Province. Time ticking out. 2 minutes to go. Oh, the Cheetahs have stolen that ball. They've ripped it in the tackle. And on their own try line, they've got this ball. It's Creer waiting for it. And Creer will probably get the penalty to the Cheetahs. Trying to disrupt that ruck. But hands in the ruck, unfortunately. And that is really ill discipline. They got desperate and paid the price there. Penalty against the Western Province. Marcel Tennyson, the guilty party there. And with 2 minutes to go in this game, it's all but over. Francois Stein will look to kick this downfield for the Cheetahs. And he is going to find touch. Oh, he's not going to find touch. And here comes the Western Province now from the 10-meter line inside Cheetah's half. It's Tim Swill now. Alexander gets it up. Now it's Tristan Lade. Scored behind the advantage line. Unfortunately now, a big counter ruck here from the Cheetahs. Can they win this ball on the ground? Is the Cheetahs now? It's going to come back for the Western Province though, I think. Right on half. No, it comes back to the Cheetah side now. And a kick downfield from the Cheetahs as well now. Nobody at the back for the Western Province. Tristan Late's going back inside his own 22. Really forced to kick that ball. And he's going to find touch round about on the 10-meter line of the Cheetahs. Well, with less than a minute to go, probably should have tried to run that ball from his own 22. But it's been one of those seasons for the Western Province. Pierre Brett says, give this Western Province some time. Our best players on the URC team. We all know that. But it's actually very disappointing from a Cheetah perspective. Not able to really bury this Western Province side today. Less than 10 seconds to go in this one. 28-21. There goes the hooter. Line out just taken by Sikakete. And driving ball from the Cheetahs now goes to ground. It is Creer waiting for it. And he gets it out, gets it, sends it into touch. And that's going to be the ball game. 28 points to 21. It is the Cheetahs winning this game. And bonus points secured, which will now take them 1 point under the Bulls. As you guys can see, it hasn't been updated yet. So Bulls on 32, the Cheetahs now moving to 31 with a game in hand. The Sharks on 24, Brickwest on 20, and then Western Province are only going to get 1 point out of this and going to be staying on 9 points. So as much as we would love to see Western Province or the Lions do well in this competition, it looks like the Bulls, Cheetahs, Sharks, and Brickwest being the main guys. So the Pumas with an outside chance of getting to that semi-finals. But we'll see how it goes. Glad you guys enjoyed this today. I will see you guys next weekend for some more URC action. We will see all 4 teams in action. I think next week, maybe I couldn't remember if the Sharks are playing. I think they're playing Leinster. So we'll see you guys next weekend for all the games in the URC for the South African side. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Until next time, guys, cheers for now.